As the global economic order is reshaped by aggressive tariff threats from US President, countries are scrambling to reduce dependence on single market and de-risk their economic futures. In this churn, India is increasingly being seen as a reliable, large-scale partner, a shift that is also helping New Delhi reset its ties that had turned frosty in the recent years, especially with Canada. Trump's return to hardline trade policies have unsettled even America's closest allies. Canada, in particular, has been hit hard, facing tariffs of up to 35% and repeated political pressure from Washington. India, too, is under strain, facing 50% tariffs that includes penalties linked to its purchase of Russian oil. This shared predicament has pushed both countries and the European Union to actively look beyond the US market and diversify trade energy. Clearest sign of warming India-Canada ties came at the India Energy Week in Goa, where Canadian Energy and Natural Resources Minister Tim Hodgson underlined the untapped potential of the relationship. Canada produces about 6% of the world's oil, yet India currently sources less than 1% of its oil imports from Canada. Hodgson called this a great opportunity, arguing that boosting energy trade would make both countries stronger, more resilient, and more secure. Beyond oil and gas, critical minerals are central to the renewed engagement. Canada holds large reserves of lithium, cobalt, uranium, and rare earth elements, all vital for electric vehicles, renewable energy, and nuclear power, and defense manufacturing. Ottawa is now exploring supplying uranium to India as New Delhi works towards its goal of achieving 100 gigawatts of nuclear power capacity by 2047, a target linked to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Viksit Bharat vision. India, for its part, is keen to invest directly in Canada's critical mineral sector. Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri announced that an Indian delegation will soon travel to Canada to discuss joint exploration and extraction projects. State-owned Oil India is already a part of a consortium seeking access to lithium, cobalt, and rare earths. With China dominating global supply chain for critical minerals, Canada sees India, a large democratic consumer market, as a safer and more politically aligned partner. This economic pivot also reflects a clear political break from Justin Trudeau era, during which India-Canada relations plunged following allegations against New Delhi over killing of a Sikh separatist leader in Canada. Prime Minister Mark Carney has adopted a tougher note against Washington. Ahead of his planned visit to India in March, Carney has openly criticized the Trump administration, telling Parliament that almost nothing is normal in the United States now, warning that the world is facing a rupture, not a transition. Canada's Foreign Minister Anita Anand has been equally blunt, declaring that Canada will never be the 51st state, vowing to double non-US exports within a decade, with India firmly in focus. India's growing importance is also reflected in its recently signed free trade agreement with the European Union, often dubbed as the mother of all deals. Signed on 27 January, the India-EU FTA creates a combined market of nearly 2 billion people and about a quarter of global GDP. The deal, fast-tracked amid Trump's trade threats, positions India as a central pillar in Europe's de-risking strategy. India's appeal lies in its rare combination: scale, fast-growing energy demand, democratic governance, and strategic autonomy. As supply chains fragment and trade blocks harden, India is being quoted as a stable, long-term partner that can balance economic growth with geopolitical reliability.